Still Chillin' is an independent podcast where lifelong friends and guests sample the best tequilas and more.
Grab your favorite drink, listen and chill with us
Go to stillchillin.com.
to see how you can help. Okay. It failed to detect it, but now we're good.
How's your camera?
There you go.
I won't forget to hit record. It's a good thing I did do that backup one last time. So I think last episode probably will not get video. I'm pretty sure. Actually, yeah, it can't get video because I didn't do the recording. So that'll speed up my editing. So
There you go.
take a week off from that.
How's the weekend?
And it was nice weather. Started running again, which is good.
Oh, yeah. I miss running.
Decided to switch to paleo, so I had to go grocery shopping. It took forever because you have to look around to find stuff that works, man. It's crazy. They're very strict.
Was it a paleo?
Well, it was going to be Whole30 because
Yeah.
trying to figure out what was causing some allergies and stuff like that, which is a elimination diet. You got to cut out a whole bunch of stuff and then slowly bring it back in.
Right.
But we're going to wait until May. Going to start
Okay.
paleo, which is actually pretty dope. I cooked steak again.
Prime rib, remember? You were really...
Yeah, I didn't sous vide, but it was good. It was real good.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, sous vide's nice, but I like the reverse sear in the oven method.
The advantage to sous vide is crazy. You know, you cut it in half and it's pink all the way to the edge.
I can replicate that in the oven. A good oven, though.
I did not because I like it really seared. So I had the smoke going off in my house and everything. Trust me, I put a really good sear on it.
I'm going to show you the sear and the outcome, too. See if you tell me.
Yeah, we'll check it out. But anyways, yeah, the weekend was just grocery shopping, errands, podcast editing, trying to get the video stuff to kind of be easy. Because I think it's probably worth it. Because sometimes my brother once, he asked me, hey, you guys have video because you're talking about stuff that you're showing each other. And I want to see what it is, right? He's like,
yeah.
So I think it might be worth continuing.
Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of fun things in store for the audience. So yeah, definitely the video component is nice. I wouldn't say we've been holding back, but we really haven't developed completely what we plan.
No, yeah, it's little by little. But how was your weekend?
It was busy, but busy good and busy bad. I had busy at work, so I had to go in for half a day and just kind of help out with a few things. Had a friend's asado in the afternoon. And had some Argentinian asado. Mariano, do you remember Mariano?
Yeah. Isn't he way out in like pretty far away, isn't he? Or did he move closer?
No, I mean, relatively. I mean, compared to you, he's, down the street. But yeah, he's out in Corona. But, he came out in Dockweiler. He's a big fan of camping. Has one of those big trailers pulled up.
Nice.
I was there all weekend. We just stopped by. Skippy was there.
Easy. Dang.
Yeah. Skippy, Luis, was able to make it there, but not here tonight. It's okay. He's probably got lost somewhere.
Maybe he'll pop in. If not, we got enough to keep us busy today, I think. So
yeah. And then Christina got food poisoning, so that was a whole nother ordeal. But
so we both have sick wives right now. Maybe.
There you go. More ways than one.
Well, Mia's had this crazy allergy for like a month, man. It's crazy. It might not even be food related, but we're trying to test to see if it is. But we went to allergists. He said pretty much for no reason it can happen. People like to try to figure out what it is. He's almost trying to say like we're not going to figure it out dietary wise. But she already felt better when we started cutting out a bunch of things. So, but we'll see. I mean, it was good to see that allergist because he basically said if you start to get that kind of thing, like allergic reaction, and you don't know what it is, and it keeps going, the prescription is Zyrtec in the morning, Zyrtec at night, and 40 milligrams of Pepsid, which I explained to my brother that the allergist prescribed Pepsid, and my brother, who's a doctor, he's like, that doesn't make any sense. Pepsid's for acid reflux.
Right.
But it seems to be the thing, according to the pro. So we'll see. The pro allergist.
Well, I guess the one thing we can agree on is that even the pros disagree once in a while, right? That's why they always say get that second opinion.
Yes. Oh, we got like four opinions, but with her thing, we went to like four different people. But one cool thing that this old doctor told us and it showed us is kind of pretty dope. If you want to find out if something you have, like if it's really an allergic reaction to something, take the inside of your arm and with the back of your nail, scratch it.
Okay.
And if you don't have an allergic reaction, you're not going to see much. But if your body is fighting an allergic reaction, even though there's nothing here,
Yeah.
it'll turn red and inflamed.
Huh.
Yeah, so like,
I guess I'm good. I will say, as we're approaching that big number, we're just like these tequilas, we're aging.
that's so good.
Right? Get better.
I'm still a Blanco, man. All this is new to me. I'm just starting out.
With the health thing, I'm all for the Western medicine, but also a holistic approach, right? We definitely know what you eat is a big part of your overall health. So certainly looking into that, eating healthier. I'm a big meat eater. We just talked about that. I mean, if you're going on paleo, you're pretty much going to become nothing but meat eater.
No, paleo is awesome. Paleo is basic common sense food, man. It's just non-processed food. The only thing for some reason you can't have rice and beans. It's kind of annoying because I think they were paleo is before farming, I believe is what it is.
Got it.
So
when we were back when we were the nomads,
something like that. But you know what's actually cool about paleo? Keep looking this stuff up. Somehow you can have tequila on paleo because it's non-processed. It's like distilling I think is processed, right? But they don't consider it processing because it's just fermenting a plant.
That's clear though. We can have the tequilas you're having now.
Yeah, they specify. You can have 100% agave tequila, which is, now I understand what it means. I used to think like almost every tequila I saw that I kind of looked would say 100% agave. And I was like, well, that's not a big deal. That's like redundant, right? It's like tequila, 100% agave, no duh. But actually, that's not true. If your bottle doesn't say 100% agave, that means it's a mixto. So it's a mixed. I think it can be called tequila unless it's over 51% agave.
Yeah.
So mixtos, they can be 51% agave, and the rest can be like sugar cane or any other kind of grain. Not agave.
Yeah. So speaking of agave, right? Today is the three side by side, I guess. Cascahuin says 100% de agave.
Yeah.
El Tesoro says 100% puro de agave.
Yeah.
And then the G4 just says 100% agave.
Yeah, I don't know what the puro's just there for, pure. To really, that's redundant, right? 100% pure agave, just 100% agave.
But I think in Spanish, it's not like 100% puro, right? It's not redundant, where in English, the grammar is just incorrect. It is redundant. But I think in Spanish, grammatically, it's correct. 100% puro.
It's I think 30 calories an ounce. Man, that's good. Mm-hmm. That's pretty low. Sure. You can have 2 ounces. It's only 60 calories.
Yeah, that's really good.
Super good. 3 ounces? Yeah. I think that's what we're having today. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So we're having 90 calories of tequila.
Man.
That's barely anything. 90 calories.
We're going to have nothing. Another benefit to tequila.
Yes, and I'm going to keep looking, some of these health things are too good to believe, but so I'm going to keep looking into it. Once we're on full paleo, we can have tequila.
Yeah.
And like I said, I've even read I could have tequila every day, health-wise. Yeah. 1 shot, supposedly. But I got to confirm all this. I'm not there yet. I'm only, so far, I think in the past I talked about, I'm going to drink it every 2 days. I still want it to feel special, so I'm only having it on the show and once a week. Last week I had it on Friday, pretty much end of the work week. I made it through the week. That's when I had mine. That was I had a La Gritona.
Yeah.
Which I bought that one as it's weird. I have favorites, but I'm saving them for the show for some reason, because I think if I have them during the week, I'll have to have more than one.
That's fair.
Yep. But La Gritona was good on ice, man. I had more flavor in it this time for some reason.
Yeah.
That reposado stuff.
Yeah. Well, I think, I think we mentioned once you open it, as soon as you open it, you introduce the oxidation, because it happens, right? And every spirit reacts different. I think the tequilas do well. I think they just kind of it's not, I wouldn't call it the age, right? It's just the oxygen that's presented. It's
Well, we'll find out because eventually I started looking at what's going to happen. I'm going to have way more open bottles. So they're going to go down a little slower, which is good.
yeah,
Because like right now, my El Tesoro is like halfway done. Jeez.
yeah. I hope everybody appreciates the commitment to these good tequilas.
What I'm trying to do is, in a couple of weeks, people are going to have they're going to be able to walk in and have plenty to choose from that's really good. So if you can't find one, you'll find the other. It's kind of the benefit. Yeah. Sometimes I go in for something and they don't have it. Yeah. So I like to have good backups.
And hopefully they don't feel overwhelmed when they walk into a big aisle of tequilas. Hopefully listening to us, they'll have that knowledge of okay, here's, we'll be at this episode, we'll be at 6 really good tequilas, even though we've graded them differently. They can walk in and at least find one of them, right? So
yeah,
at least they go in there with the confidence of I need something that I can taste, something that's not going to give me a hangover. And so hopefully that's some value added to their lives where they can go in and out, not spending hours in there looking for the right one and then just asking everybody. But I mean, I guess they could do that too.
It's like it's kind of like when you used to go to Blockbuster to pick a movie, kind of start looking at all the labels or in the back and take a random pick. I think the downside of that is you've picked something, you bring it home, and then it's not that good. It's like, damn.
Sometimes can't return it.
No you can't return any, right? Like,
no.
I've noticed that. Can you return tequila anywhere? Like,
not that I'm aware of.
Yeah, I just kind of slowly found that out because I've made a mistake a couple times now, twice, where I go in looking for tequila. We're going to have a Blanco, and I'm excited because I finally find it. I pay for it, and then I realize, oh, this is the Fuerte Blanco. So then I got to find the regular Blanco too.
Yeah.
So it's you got to read that label carefully on the percentage.
That happened to me too, right? We both were foiled by that, but that's actually part of the fun that there are so many different even just in Blanco. I know añejo, reposado, but even just within the Blancos there's some options.
I've never had a Fuerte Blanco, so I have 2. So that means we definitely have to keep the show going because those have to get opened eventually. I'm not going to touch them until then.
The show must go on.
Yep.
All right. Well, I mean, do you want to, do you want to remind them what we're drinking?
We're going to take the last 3 tequilas that we had in the last 3 shows and pretty much check them out back to back.
Back to back to back.
Yes. And it's going to be fun. These are pretty heavy hitters, I have to say. Let me see. We have El Tesoro, we have G4, and we have Cascahuin. Were you able to find a bottle? Cascahuin?
So, luckily I have my mason jar. It's nice and big. But I'm still going to go out and find that bottle. I just didn't have time to leave today.
That's this bottle right here. Oh, actually, I forgot we have video. So, hold on. So, we have El Tesoro right here. Man, so forgot I have video here.
Yeah, they can go check it on our gram.
I don't know if I can hold all 3 at once.
Yeah, I could do
Cascahuin. And you got the G4 bottle?
So G4, the only one, like I said, I don't have is the... they don't need to see a mason jar, but El Tesoro and G4. There you go.
Yup.
So, and it's the blue bottle.
Yes. Blue bottle. Right here. I think it's flipped.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. And I will pick up that perfume bottle, as you called it.
Oh man, you gotta get one. You have to.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's a good one. Although I guess I'll bring some stuff up I learned as we go.
Yeah.
I might have to correct the label. I might have to correct the pre-Hispanic translation.
Wow, we went in deep, huh?
Yeah, I kind of wanted to get some info off of these this time. It's part of the fun. It's part of the reason I want to do this show, right? To learn a little bit of history. And to me, it's like, especially because my family's like from Jalisco, so
yeah,
I'm kind of liking learning some of this stuff.
And Jalisco's treated me very well, so.
Good. Yeah.
Half of my family. My wife's side's from Jalisco.
Oh, there you go. Oh, man. So they're going to be proud of you in this show then. Let's proceed. All right. I guess what we're going to do, this is the first time I don't even bother bringing ice, right?
Right. I don't, not for this one.
No, I think going forward, I agree. All these I kind of liked straight. So I don't know. I guess it's time to get going with the first drink. We'll just go into order of the show, right? What do you think?
Yeah. El Tesoro?
Yeah, we'll go with El Tesoro. I have some info to share about it after we sip.
Okay.
So first, man, again, this label, I don't know. I think this is the best label.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like, come on. It's got gold, like, I mean, geez. It's not gold, right? But it's got that contrast.
Yeah.
Oof. The guy pulling the Tahona, and we got the Tahona top.
Right.
Crush that mezcal.
I really like the top, but I know there's one more, and I won't mention it now, but that it's just a little bit better. But this is really nice.
Is this?
This top is really nice, yeah. It's
almost,
like a rock, right?
Yeah, and so that there is supposed to be, man, I love having video.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be this thing
nice.
that the guy is pulling. I just got to figure out how to get sharp video. See how that thing says Tahona? You know what's weird? The word Tahona, I don't know where that comes from. Sounds like Hawaiian.
Right? Tahona.
Tahona.
Alamalimeki, Tahona.
Tahona. All right, so I'm going to get my 1 ounce into my cup. Whoop.
So, you know what? I gotta bring my still chilling cups, but it's because I have my sniffers already all set up. But
oh man, dude, my thing is cracked. My measuring cup. I guess I got. Ooh, I have a shot glass coming too.
Nice.
A still chilling shot glass. I think that's about this size, right? Isn't it? No, shots are bigger, isn't it?
It's a little bit bigger.
Yeah, so I'll do like half a shot glass, maybe.
There you go. Or 3/4 of it.
No, screw that. It's a shot glass.
Just the whole thing.
I just got to do a full shot. Forget the ounce. I'm doing good. I'm only drinking on the show and during the week once. I think I can have a full shot from now on.
That's fine. It's allowed.
Yeah. Man, these are good too. El Tesoro, I wanted to keep, this is the one that, look how much is left. I mean, we had one episode, but this was 3 weeks ago, right? But this is what I'm down to. Like, this took the most hits out of all my bottles. It was super good.
Yeah, definitely good.
All right.
Okay, so you ready? Arriba,
abajo, centro y para adentro.
Adentro.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah. Now I know why there's more than half of the bottle gone. Another reason that much is gone is because right now I can find that one easy. So actually I got to buy another one pretty much tomorrow before they're hard to find.
Yeah. That's real good. What are you picking up?
Oh man, the alcohol in there. Sorry. It's definitely not weak.
No.
It's that word, the finish. Has a good finish because what I just did right now is I drank and then before it was gone, I drank again. As I was going to drink, I still had the vapors in my mouth. So you can't drink it that fast.
She's got the vapors.
Ooh.
You've got the vapors.
All right, let me check one more. Oh, yeah, that finish is good. Cannot speed through it.
Open air fermentation for these guys.
Like the vats?
Yeah. And they're wood. I mean, I know you have some stuff to share, but as we become connoisseurs of these things, we've learned a lot.
Yeah. This one, like to pick out flavors, helps to smell it and sip it.
Oh, yeah. At the same time, sniffer.
Man, pepper, obviously. And
yes. I think pepper is definitely the
kind of grassy a little bit.
Herbaceous.
Herbaceous. No, I leave that one for La Gritona.
Yeah, right.
Ever herbaceous.
Yeah. It tastes like herbs.
Citrusy. I think I've always compared this to a cross between Ocho and Siete.
Yeah.
Because it has enough sweetness in there.
Yes.
It has that strong finish.
Yeah. That finish lingers. Like you said, it holds on to that punch.
My first thought was, when I first had it, first sip a bit ago, the sweetness is there. It doesn't scare you off.
So if I were to do top 3 flavors, agave forward, pepper. I think one of the very strong flavors coming through is pepper and citrus. I think those 3, sure.
Yep.
Right.
Citrus is what I call, if it feels like a margarita, I guess that's the citrus flavor. So what are we saying? Citrus, pepper. The heck was the other one?
Agave. Agave. I know it's obvious, right? But I think there's some that you're like, okay, it's not as a agave forward. This one, it's agave. All tequilas are agaves, but this one for sure it comes through. At least for me.
So this guy, the distiller, is Carlos Camarena. He takes pride in producing like sweet agave. Like the way they cultivate the land. They can measure how much sugar each agave puts out or something like that.
Got it.
And that's one thing he focuses on. And he's got like a big old farming background. Let me see. Oh, okay. Interesting. You're going to like this, dude.
Yeah.
So we said this was kind of a mix of Ocho and Siete, right? It's got that strength in there, which that's what I consider a big feature of Ocho, right?
Right. Guess
who the distiller of Ocho is?
Nah.
Carlos Camarena. Same guy.
Oh, wow.
So Ocho and El Tesoro are both distilled by Carlos Camarena.
Wow. That's a nice little tidbit. Now, do you know why? I think you talked about the sweetness, the sugar content. So what makes a fruit real sweet? Any fruit.
I don't know, man.
When it's really ripe. No, when it's really ripe.
Oh, that makes sense.
So I think they wait what they call like peak maturity. I think they were saying almost 9 years sometimes.
Pretty high, yeah. Like at least like 7 years minimum, I think. That makes sense.
Yeah, so it's like a fruit, right? The more it has matured, and that's the sugar content, the natural sugar content, I guess we can say.
Yeah, actually, I was looking into this stuff, and as far as ripening, he's also part of this project, something about bats, where he will let some of the agaves pretty much grow so long, I don't know how many years it is, maybe like 12 years, that they sprout this flower. I don't know if it's called peyote flower. There's a flower that sprouts from agaves, and they don't usually let that sprout because it kills the agave. And they want to cultivate it before. They want to, distill it. So there's some that he lets grow so long that they basically die off when this flower blooms. And then it gets pollinated or something. And then that creates more agaves. Mm-hmm. But most people will not let an agave, grow that long and not distill it.
Yeah. So, no, I think.
And I've never seen that flower. We got to look at pictures to see what the heck they're talking about.
It might not be I can't imagine being the peyote flower because that's the one that grows in cactus, right? I think that's the one that has the hallucinogenic properties. I think you remember that Young Guns when they were doing the ceremony high on peyote.
Yes.
So, but maybe it is a desert plant for the most part.
Yeah. So, it doesn't need a lot of water. Yeah. I'll try to look into what this. All I know is it does spread a flower if it grows really, really some kind of flower. If it grows super, super, a lot of years. But that's a pretty dope fact, right? Come on, Ocho and El Tesoro.
Yeah, that's a really good fact. Someone can walk into the to a store and be like, "Hey, you have Ocho? No, okay, I like the similarities. You got Tesoro." Guys can be like, "What? How do you know this?" I know a guy. In fact, I know 2 guys.
Yep.
Right? That's good. That's good.
That's a pretty good one. Actually, I have more. Okay, here's one thing that's more, okay. because we kind of skimmed on this. So today before the show, I kind of wanted to learn a little bit, right? Another thing. So this says 1937. So El Tesoro is not 85 years old. El Tesoro itself started in like 1990 or something like that.
Yeah, so
and that's why it's called El Tesoro de Don Felipe. I think so. El Tesoro was created because I think the distillery, like the Camarena distillery, La Alteña, that was the name of the distillery.
Yeah.
They were approached to kind of create a tequila, like to market, and they basically created this. It was called El Tesoro de Don Felipe. Don Felipe was his grandfather, like the founder of the distillery. Yeah. So this was created in 1990. The distillery, it says, they're not lying. If you look at the bottom of the label, it actually says crafted at La Alteña distillery desde 1937. So the distillery has been around since 1937. Yeah. And guess what? You know what their first tequila was? The first actual tequila?
Drop it on us.
1940. It was called Tapatio.
Wow.
So Tapatio, which is why that label looks so old school. Remember I told you, I saw Tapatio and the label looks kind of old. Like, it looks not like a modern thing to me. So Tapatio tequila was the first tequila that they sold out of that distillery that they founded in 1937, La Alteña. And, La Alteña makes sense, right? Los Altos.
Yeah.
La Alteña. So, kind of dope. Okay, last one, I think. Related to El Tesoro. Pretty dope. Okay, again, this is the history thing that I wanted to get out of this show, especially like cultural and all that kind of stuff. So, the Camarena family, they were from like the Arandas region originally, okay? And Arandas, right? That's why this one is from Arandas. Listen, do not forget, Arandas. That's where it's from. This one, El Tesoro.
How can we forget Arandas? Everywhere we look, everywhere I go, it's Arandas.
So, pretty dope fact is this: his great grandfather, tequila was created in the town of Tequila, in like a valley section. This is Los Altos, so they never had agaves in Los Altos until his great grandfather went to Tequila and brought back Weber agaves from Tequila. I guess it was kind of like a little gold rush moment when they were making tequila in that town, Tequila, right? That region. Yeah. So people were going over there to make tequila, Salsa, and all those people. But this dude was like, hey, we're from Arandas. Let's bring it back to Los Altos and see if it'll grow over there. The dirt's different. It's like red soil. The altitude's different. It's way higher. So pretty much because of that family is why there's agave in Los Altos.
Oh, that's a huge one.
Huge. And again, maybe I'm leaving out a person, maybe somebody else was involved, but this family has a super huge contribution to like agave in Los Altos. That's a pretty dope fact that I never even knew. I always thought it was always there.
No, tequila is a natural, but you're right. I mean, I think a lot of what we've been drinking has come from Los Altos. I mean, the Jalisco tequila region, but I mean, Los Altos is at least another hour and a half, 2 hours away from tequila, so it's not just down the street. Well,
but anyways, that's El Tesoro.
That's El Tesoro.
Obviously, I can't say enough, right? I could actually, but we gotta, save it for another show.
Yeah, we got so much to build on each one. But
yep.
Do you at least have a number in mind?
Can't give a number. Hold on. I think I was already at a 9 point. Shoot, I jumped around. No. I gave it a 9 originally.
Yeah,
I was freaking in love with it. But then I realized, hey, we have a lot of weeks to go on this show. I can't just be jumping to a 9. The Ocho was at 8.5. I think I gave this an 8.6. And I have to stay at an 8.6. I just can't get ahead of myself.
Yeah.
I think at 8.6. I like Ocho, but I think this is a little bit more... it can appeal to more people. But it still has that, a good finish.
Yeah.
And my brother really liked El Tesoro. He had both. Okay. So there's another sample audience. My brother's into like the kind of milder ones, I suppose. And he had both, and he really liked El Tesoro.
You think we would put him on the spot if we brought him on and said, hey, is it true tequila's healthy, Dr. Cabrera?
We could, hey, sure. We could ask him. I'm sure he's used to answering questions.
Sure, right? We might have to get a second opinion, though. He might be biased.
Yeah, no, you always need multiple opinions from doctors.
All right, so I'm gonna follow suit. 8.6 is just such a solid blanco that just with the time itself, and I think, you know what, the flavor is 8.6, but I will say, you know, I'm a big I like to eat. We used to call it foodie, but I think that term's overused now, but whatever. But the whole kind of the bottle in your hand, the design, the hona as a cap, as a top, whatever you want to call it, just the whole kind of experience of giving somebody or having that bottle in your hand, opening it up, pouring it, and drinking it. Mm-hmm. It's a strong experience, man. It's a good representation of good tequila.
Yep, I gave it to Chino for his birthday last weekend. Yeah,
nice.
It does make a good gift.
Yeah, no, tequila makes an amazing gift. The right tequila, but I think hopefully when we're giving out tequilas, or we're friends, families give out tequilas, they're kind of letting the recipients of these gifts know that it's something to be enjoyed, something to taste, not something to take shots when you want to get drunk.
Here's one thing I'll say about that. You know, right now I'm into drinking tequilas, so I don't want to make people feel bad for saying they like some other stuff for their margaritas. It actually to me, it kind of makes sense. Like, I don't... Yeah. There's tons of tequilas that probably work well for mixing drinks.
The good thing about this, you know, think about it. When you're mixing a drink, you're adding sugar to it. Now, you know, we have every Friday we have a drink. We have a cocktail. Now, I always introduce agave syrup. But again, it's a natural sweetener, right? So the idea is, if you are someone who enjoys a good cocktail, you still don't like the hangover. So sugar should be minimum, and it should be natural, right? And the thing with a lot of the other ones, to your point, is it's there's so much sugar content that's not naturally developed, right? It's added on.
Yeah, my main thing is, I would not put this in a margarita. I just want to drink it by itself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, if I'm liking these, that's a pretty good sign, I think.
All right, well, we have two more. Shall we get to the next one?
Cascahuin.
I like saying that, Cascahuin.
Yeah. Okay, so on the label it says Cascahuin, pre-Hispanic word that means hill of light. But it might have two meanings.
Okay.
Because I heard one of their kids of the distillers, like the main family who distills it. So like somebody in the Cascahuin business, they mentioned that Cascahuin also means Cerro de Luz, or fiesta en el cerro, party on a hill.
That sounds about right.
Party on a hill and hill of light, to me, those are two different things. I wonder if there's any known discrepancies out there. But yeah, party on the hill, fiesta en el cerro. Maybe, you know, light, loose, fiesta, I don't know. But that's something interesting I found about this one. And also, another tidbit is, 1904, right? So this is super old. It's so old, it's been distilled even before they were called distilleries. So distilleries were like in the 30s, I guess, once they started getting more regulated or something.
Wow.
Before that, they were called tabernas, like taverns for some reason. Tabernas.
Tabernacles. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. So that's how old this one is. And this one is not from Arandas. It's from El Arenal, Jalisco, closer to Tequila. So it's kind of north of Guadalajara on the way to Tequila. It's about half an hour from Tequila. So definitely a different region. So their agaves are different. Their agaves are less sweet because of the valley area. So that's like the area. Tequila is a different, maybe it's called the valley because it's not as high as Los Altos, right? the highlands and the valley, right? So this is lower altitude agave. The soil is different over there. Tequila's known for this volcano. I was just looking at the picture. Oh yeah, on the label, I guess it has the cerro with the light on it. I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
See it, Carlos? Hold on.
Yeah.
There's some rays leading to a hill. Cascahuin. All right. Cool. All right, let's get this one going. So we got an 8.6 El Tesoro. Wait, I need a fresh cup because this has.
Yeah, you can cross-contaminate. Can't cross-contaminate.
All right, I got my new cup. So I need more sniffers and stuff. So I got like a Belgian glass right now. Let's do this here. Oh, damn, how do I always do this? I always do this. There's always a drop of the other tequila in this measuring cup. It's like I'm not holding it upside down or what? I don't want to mix the flavors. All right, this time I'm going to hold it upside down completely. There's no way I don't get every drop.
Well, remember, one thing we found out about the Cascahuin, it's a very viscous liquid.
Yes, more oily? Is that it's not oily, but if people want to know what we're talking about. Yeah.
Unctuous, baby. Unctuous.
Silky. How about silky? That's a good word. Silky.
Yeah.
Man, the smell's way different.
Way different.
Wow.
What are you getting on this?
Pepper. I get pepper more than alcohol even.
Yeah.
Yes, pepper forward. That's the first note, pepper on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the one that I thought was smooth, but peppery.
Peppery, grassy, but not refined grassy.
Wow, yeah, this is way different than the other one.
You know what I'm thinking? Have you ever...
Tamarindo or something, I don't know. Do you taste tamarindo?
Have you ever smelled the like a banana when it's like green, like very underripe? And it has like
bitter?
How do I describe it? Not bitter. It's grassy, but it's like it hasn't started becoming ripe. That smell. But definitely pepper. Slight mint, a little bit of mint.
Super peppery. I guess what you're talking about is because it's not as sweet.
Yeah.
That's kind of what you're trying to describe.
Trying to, but apparently not doing very well. But I think the people got it.
Sadly, these are all worth buying because they're all so different. No regrets.
You mean fortunately, they're all worth buying?
Well, depends how you want to look at it because
it can become inexpensive.
I wonder if people are trying to, have us pick the go-to, the one to rule them all. It's that's not gonna be. I don't know.
No, I don't even think it's our intention to do that. But we'll give them some good. We'll give them some good recommendations. I think everything we've had.
It gets a little sweeter the more you drink it.
Yeah.
Maybe once a pepper shock wears away.
Yeah, there's definitely a little bit of mint and vanilla at the very end.
Ooh, man, it's weird. This has a little bit of a strong finish because of the pepper, not because of the alcohol.
I think because of the feel, the unctuousness of the actual liquid. It's reminding me of like an olive oil.
Yeah, like I was saying, oil.
Yeah.
Silky.
Yeah. Viscous is like
oof. I don't even miss ice anymore. Jeez.
No, not for I usually, actually, no, I'll take that back. Every once in a while, I'll have a very just a cold tequila. I know you mentioned Chino puts it in his freezer, but and can I be honest?
That makes sense.
Yeah. Every once in a while, something like this, I still have like some salt and the lime, but it's not because I'm taking shots. It's just to kind of get my palate to open back up. And I think that's where that might have started versus taking shots. Well, I don't know where it started, but when I have when I'm drinking and when I want to have that initial flavor again, a little bit of a lime wedge and some salt just to kind of.
So instead of water?
Yeah.
I'm having water now to see if it makes a difference. So I'm gonna have water.
Mm-hmm. Do it. Give it to him. Give it to him. What's the number?
Oh, get the number on this. I think me trying to remember scores, I'm going to kind of just stop doing that. I'm always just going to go with what I'm feeling at the moment. Forget that.
Yeah. That's what I'm doing.
I think because they went back to back with El Tesoro, that hurt it. Because the sweetness that I like from El Tesoro is missing from this. Completely.
Yeah.
So I got to give it I'm going to give it an 8. I appreciate the pepper. I appreciate it's not, I like that it's different than El Tesoro. It gives me a reason to drink it, right? It's definitely its own unique taste. But for now, it gets an 8. Probably revisit it later. We'll see.
Yeah, I'll do a 8.2. I actually enjoy that olive oil feel to it. I mean, it's definitely unique, unctuous. I think that, if you haven't gone, you should go try olive oil tasting, extra virgin olive oil, and you'll find it has a lot of similarities. It's like the difference, obviously, the agave and the mintiness. But 8.2.
And when you're done drinking, man, like don't drink anything else. That feeling is still in my mouth. What you're talking about?
Yeah, it lingers. It's like it coats your tongue.
Like I'm gonna have to drink water after this.
Yeah, it coats your mouth. So, although oil and water don't mix.
I only had it straight, so I wonder if the ice would have impacted. How that would do. Yeah. I'm gonna have to try it on ice later this week. So that might be my Friday drink. I'm gonna put that on the schedule. Yeah. My Friday after a couple of days when the work week is over, this time I'm gonna go with Cascahuin on ice. See if I adjust my thoughts. But that's 2 down.
2 down.
Oh, 1 more to go. Oh my goodness. And we got to have more Cascahuin in the future because I want to do a deep dive into these people. Like, I mean, they've been around since 1904. I didn't get to dig into their family history, that kind of deal. Yeah. Which I want to do.
Yeah, we definitely should. We can't do them all at once because then we just become a history podcast. We want to we have to kind of weave in the culture and the history, but remain true to just kind of the taste and what you want to have at a family reunion, at a friend's house, at home. But
no, these are all kind of different tastes so far, so it depends on what somebody is looking for. You might learn like what to recommend, which is great.
Yeah. So the big G.
Yep, number
GG.
Number 3 is G4, blurry.
G4 generaciones.
Yeah. Hey, Carlos, is this backwards on your screen? Do you read it, or is it correct?
Let me see.
On my screen, I see it backwards.
No, I read it because I'm looking at it.
Oh, that's good. Perfect. Yeah. That means when I show the video, it's not going to be flopped. For some reason, this thing shows me everything flopped. Like, this is my left hand.
Right.
What do you see? Is that my left hand to you?
Let me see.
Or does that look like my right hand to you?
No, I mean, it looks like it's your left. I know because spatially, but
okay, that's my left. Then makes sense. Okay, to me, it's on the. I don't know. Right. I'm always getting confused by this. It's my left, and it's on the left.
Well, so we're the mirror image, right? So this is my left. So watch, lift your left. We're the mirror image on that side.
Yeah, right? That's weird. That's how I could tell. I don't understand it. That looks like you're holding up your right hand to me. I think. No, never mind. Yeah. Screw this.
Yeah, man, you gotta cut back the ounces.
They're getting back to the... No, I'm good. All right, so let's move on to number 3, G4. Finally, we both have the same bottle this time. Yeah. Prove it. Let's prove it one more time.
Let's prove it. Let's see.
All right, we got our G4s, which is hard to find here, man.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that much.
Oh, there you go.
This one is super hard to find here. It's harder than Fortaleza for me.
Yeah.
All right, let's get going. Let's get some more history for you. Ready for this?
Do it.
So do you know this? Do you know this?
Let me see.
Did you know that these two are brothers? Felipe Camarena, and this is Carlos Camarena. Brothers!
And we're brothers?
Who's taller? Oh, Felipe is taller.
Felipe, okay.
Oh,
where'd you find that picture?
What picture?
How do you know who's... Oh, you're talking about the bottles. I'm looking at the bottles,
dude. Felipe is taller. And Carlos is a little bit, squattier.
Yeah, more headstrong, though.
Yeah, headstrong for sure.
Yeah.
And this guy, Felipe, likes to fly off the top. Oh, not really. Oh, never mind. I thought it was a screw top. It's not a screw top.
No, not at all. It's a pull-out.
Yeah, okay, never mind. I think it's it's right here. This is the top on this thing here. I guess that's the trick. If I don't want things to disappear, I gotta hold them over my face. To his credit, I think it was Felipe Camarena who said something about he doesn't care about pretty bottles or fancy labels.
Right? He just cares about the inside.
So, and I completely understand that mentality. I'm always impressed by that because I like design, but I can see the flip side. Some people just buy it because it looks nice, but it doesn't taste good. I'm pretty sure it was Felipe who said that.
Yeah.
But this is still cool. It's still cool. It has personality for sure. And this is not Arandas. This is a little bit, I don't know, maybe 20 miles away, called Jesus Maria. It's almost like Arandas they ran out of space.
So, yeah, right. Well, I mean, it's limited. I mean, they're like a sea of agave plants out there. Ocean.
So remember, Ocho and I think, so Ocho is what is it called? Estate-owned tequila or something like that? State agave. So what that means is, I don't know if this is estate, but when you see estate on a bottle, it means that the agave is grown on land that they own and that they grow it themselves from beginning to distilling versus like getting agave from like another part of town or just some other people, some other farmers. So that's what estate owned means. So I don't know if it's always on bottles when it's that case, but if they make a point of it, definitely means that. But I think most of these dudes, I mean, they own the land and they grow the agave. The Camarena family, man. Like I said, that's one thing I learned. Like when somebody's they're asking me for a recommendation, I'm like, well, I'm not there with you, but if you see anything with the distiller's Camarena, it's probably good. Yeah. If you see anything that's from Arandas, probably good. Like that's a nice little rule of thumb so far. Yeah. It has not been broken yet.
I think this was my favorite of the three the last time.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see today.
That's why I try not to touch it, man. Look how much I still have left. Like, I don't want this one to run out. If I see another G4, I'm going to have to buy it just because sometimes I can't get it, Yeah. The only other thing to say about this one, and this will have to visit the distillery to find out if it's true.
Man, let's put it on the calendar.
So, all right. So the Camarena, before they had La Alteña in 1937, they used to have another distillery when they first started. And they got burned down because of there was some wars going on. And they burned down the first distillery that they had. I don't even know what the name was, but the only thing that survived was the Tahona wheel. And supposedly that Tahona wheel is at Felipe's distillery. So the original Tahona wheel. So if anybody goes to the Pandillo distillery, let us know if it's really there. So Camarena and his brother, Felipe and Carlos, they're generation 3.
Yeah.
It's technically 5 generations. So Camarena, his dad, and grandfather was Don Felipe, who started the distillery. But 2 generations before that is the people who brought it.
Yeah.
They were just agave farmers. They didn't start making tequila until like the 3rd generation. 4 generations is for Felipe's sons. So his sons are the 4th generation. I don't know if they're really distilling yet, but Luis and Alan Camarena.
Luis and Alan.
Yeah, that's why he put 4 generations. But let's get going.
All right, let's try it. Let's do this.
Need my 3rd glass.
I'm ready.
I'm going to start smelling them not out of the bottle. Man, I'm telling you, I held this upside down and there's still a drop in here. I don't understand how this happens. There's still a drop in this glass, even though I thought I poured it all.
They're so good. The glass is holding on to every last drop.
It was so viscous that it didn't let go.
No, it coats the glass. It rims it.
1 ounce. Drink responsibly, everybody. With just 1 ounce. So it's only 3 ounces for the show. Man, that smell is so different.
Mm-hmm.
This one just smells the most agave pure. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. Well, remember this. The big thing for this one is they use the rainwater, spring rainwater. And I guess they're one of the few that have they have, I think, cherry blossoms and lemon trees in the same soil. So,
man,
it's good stuff. It's very, you know what? This time around, it's very earthy. Very earthy.
Talking about soil, interesting thing I learned is, so Camarena Carlos, he's a big farmer guy. And supposedly what you do to get good agave is you can't just get a field and grow agave on it. Mm-hmm. First, they grow other things on that soil, like corn, bean, like different other 3 main vegetables. I forget which ones, but you got to grow other food on it first. Then you put the agave in because it does something with the soil.
Yeah.
So, which is interesting because the town I'm from in Mexico, when we go around, I see a lot of agave, but I also see corn, right? Yeah. So, bet you the next time I go, there's probably going to be agave there. Yeah. It's like they grow corn first, they grow other things, and then they just put agave.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that's got to be there for years, right? Corn, I think every year they just cultivate it, right?
Yeah.
Man, okay, I haven't even tasted this, but it smells good. Pure.
It does. Get that agave bomb.
Man, so different than the other ones.
Yes.
Man, eventually we got to do back-to-back, and I think we have to pick, the trick to remembering this type of stuff is pick one word for each one. That helps you remember it. This one, I don't know if I have one word yet.
It's good. Earthy. I'm digging the earthiness.
Yeah. This is, it's weird. I like it as much as El Tesoro, but it's not as sweet.
No, it's different.
Yeah. It's got a hint of the sweetness. It's got enough. Yeah, it's got enough of that where like Cascahuin, right? I didn't have any of that. So I was like, kind of miss it. This one, I don't miss it because there's a hint of it in there.
So I don't know how granular you want to get about the information, but the Tesoro is fermented in wood tanks with fibers. The fibers that are attached to the la piña. Mm-hmm. So I would imagine that one tastes more earthy because of all that, right? The wood, the fibers. This one is in pots they're stainless steel, and there's no fibers when they're being fermented. Both of them are open air. Mm-hmm. So this, I think the rainwater, it reminds me of, and I know we talked about it, especially in Mexico, right? When we go to Mexico, visit families, and that first big rain, you kind of taste the soil, right? The humid flavor of humid dirt. That's what I'm getting, and I think part of it's not fair, right? Because it's kind of that nostalgic kind of.
It's a memory. Not everybody has it, right?
Yeah, so it's not fair for those who haven't experienced that, but the flavor's still good. I mean, the earthiness, I'm digging.
Very complex. There's a lot of things going on in this one.
Yeah.
You know what's weird is that this one, all those flavors are happening at the same time for me. It's not like the alcohol first, the pepper first, the sweet. It's like alcohol, pepper, sweet.
Yeah.
Everything at the same time.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think they all kind of, they create their own distinct flavor because of that. But I'm enjoying it. I think.
And it's not changing.
No. Mm.
That's interesting.
They're all there.
I mentioned Cascahuin felt a little sweeter the more I drank it. This one feels exactly the same the more I drink it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what that is? That's probably because some of the flavors are wearing out.
Yeah.
That's why it changes, right?
Yeah.
So this one is kind of not wearing out.
No, they're all there. Because you're not picking up one flavor. You're picking up everything at once.
All right, I guess that's score time, man.
It is. I already have it. This is for sure. For me, I mean, you want to go first?
No, you go first. I think I've gone first every time.
Yeah, I figure we keep it going. But 8.7. 8.7. This is. I like a little. I currently enjoying it a little bit more than Tesoro, just because of the way everything's structured. Everything's there. Taste it. I think nothing's overpowering. Nothing's overpowering. It's just a good earthiness, but I think part of it is just the memory. So.
No, definitely. I mean, I have to give it a 8.7. I agree. It's definitely my favorite one. And I still am trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
As you can tell, I haven't drank that much of this guy. So that's probably why. I'm trying to... This one is so good and so hard to find. That's why I'm intentionally going really slow on it. Because I want to save this one for... This was for people... If somebody ever comes over who knows tequila,
yeah,
this is the one that you can share. Yeah.
All right, that's fair.
I'm saving that one.
I ain't mad at you.
All right, 8.7, G4. But cool, man. I mean, we'll see what happens. How we catalog this stuff eventually, and
cheat sheets, data stats, all the good stuff.
Yeah, we can't afford to hire a kind of a person to do all that for us. So everybody has to be patient. It's coming. Yeah. That's what you have to do. Be patient. Eventually there'll be all sorts of stuff on the website. But for now, it's mainly the episodes, and eventually we'll have more resources. But just glad that it's all up, and hopefully that people are checking stuff out.
Yeah, I'm getting good feedback from our friends. They seem to enjoy it. So I think there's a lot of good stuff coming for them.
Can we tell them the next one? That's hard, man. You have one. I have a couple, but we haven't matched up yet.
So maybe we can name drop two things. We can either say Lalo or El Tequileño. We can dangle them with that.
For sure. Either Lalo or Tequileño, or if not, we'll have to call it Audible, but we'll be drinking the same drink.
Yeah.
We'll make sure that keeps happening. But track down these bottles if you can find them. G4, Tesoro, Cascahuin. Carlos still hasn't found it, so keep an eye out.
And hey, go search for it, find something new, call up an old friend. Go chill, right? Because at the end of the day, it's all about still chilling with some good tequila.
For now, that's gonna be it. We gotta wrap it up, and we'll see everybody next week. Peace out. Talk to y'all later.
Deuces.
Adios. If you like what you just heard, share links to our show with your friends. To help us get the word out, go to stillchillin.com to see how you can make more episodes possible. Thank you for listening.